Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do Tekken 7 online gameplay with Julia Chang. Real quick, for every 50 subscribers this channel gets, I'm going to do a $50 giveaway to one lucky subscriber, either through PayPal, Cash App, or Venmo. And if you happen to have your own YouTube channel, I will subscribe to your channel as well. I think all YouTube creators should subscribe to one another's channels to help each other's channel grow. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so and hit the like button down below. Don't forget to check out the community page to see the latest image poll. I also have a new playlist called Announcements, so you can stay informed with everything you need to know about this channel, upcoming events and raffles and giveaways. And if you want to support this channel, any donation, big or small, will help the channel grow. Just send me a text to my number at 862-405-2191 and I will send you the link to my Cash App or PayPal. It's the same number to enter in the raffles. Thank you, and I hope you enjoyed today's video. Alright, here we go. So let's get into Julia's personality, shall we? So Julia is a very kind woman with a strong love for her adoptive mother, Michelle, as well as her tribe and homeland. Julia is very brave and in the face of danger, and she will stand her ground and fight for the side of good in order to protect the people and the thing that she cares about. Well, this is going to be a real good fight. We pretty much evenly matched here. Nice. Alright, so let me see what it says here. Alright, so Julia is also very intelligent, as her passion for her homeland led her to the study of archaeology, and her time spent research forests rejuvenation taught her a great deal about nature, science, and the information of technology, right? So we get here into, it says here in Tekken 7, as the internet celebrity, she dons a tablet computer in one of her intros and reference her stream going live as well as the stream ends. Julia's personality has become a bit bubblier and perkier. She's somewhat more hyperactive than previous Tekken installments. Although this may also be a false personality that she gives herself for her streams, similar to her personality when she undertakes the role of JC, right? So let's get into her story. So Julia's first appearance, right, should be in Tekken 3. So it says here, Tekken 3 official strategy guide, searching for Michelle. Julia studies the archaeology and Michelle Chang's tribal lands. As a baby, Julia was deserted in the ruins of an ancient Native American settlement. Oh, I didn't know she was adopted. I thought she was actually Michelle's daughter, but she was adopted and it looked like Michelle found her. So where Michelle found her, Michelle rescued Julia and brought her up with love. Julia loved Michelle and her adopted tribe and trained with Michelle to protect her beloved homeland. Okay, that's news to me. I didn't know that. So when Julia was about 18, the stories of suddenly disappearance of famous martial artists. So you have to remember, if this is Tekken 3, what they're talking about is when Orger, the main bad guy, was hunting down all the strongest martial artists and, you know, killing them or whatever. Which, if you haven't seen Tekken Bloodline, the anime series on Netflix, man, go watch that shit. That shit is fire. So let's keep going. It says here, when Julia was 18, the stories of sudden disappearance of famous martial artists all over the world began to reach her tribe. The tribe knew that the cause of which was contained in the tribal legends, the legend of the ancient orb. People in the tribe feared that Michelle's pendant was the key to the Native American secret treasure that had something to do with the disappearance, right? So with the apprehension spreading through the tribe, Michelle left for Japan to ask Heihachi Mishima why had he sought out to take the pendant during the second tournament, and Michelle hoped to learn about the origins of Org's power, but she never returned. So Julia suspected that Heihachi now seeking him out to discover the truth. Maybe either Heihachi killed her or maybe Org got to her, who knows, but Michelle went missing and Julia, you know, went to go see what was going on. So it says here, Tekken 3, Julia's ending. It says the ending description, having defeated Org, Julia calls out for Michelle, who stumbles into view before falling on the ground. Julia rushes to her mother's aid after which Michelle explains that the key of controlling Org is in her pendant. And what awakening him was Heihachi's evil plan. Julia swears revenge on Heihachi, but Michelle reminds her that hatred is not the answer. Alright, that was a good battle. Very well fought. Let's see how our next opponent does. So let me go back to read. It says, but Michelle reminds her that hatred is not the answer, and that she taught Julia to fight to protect Mother Earth and not to destroy it. After this, Michelle and Julia return home to Arizona. So now in Tekken 4, Julia was a college student studying archaeology. One day she discovers that her native homeland was in danger of being covered up by an encroaching desert, right? This was brought up by today's rapidly changing global ecosystem. Now Julia, oh shit, I'm fighting Jin Kazama. This is going to be a really good fight. Again, evenly matched, so it should be really good. Now it says here, Julia wanted to save her homeland, and she began her research on the ecosystem restoration. Julia joined up with an advanced genetic research group led by Professor T that studied the biological mechanism of the reforestation. Professor T's research grant came almost exclusively from the G Corporation. In fact, the G Corporation supercomputers located at the highest securities research center were being used for the research, and all of the research data that was stored on their file servers. Hold on, let me see who gets first hit real quick. Oh, I like that Jin. He has the original Tekken 3. It's funny that we're talking about Tekken 3 not too long ago, and he's wearing the same outfit. I don't know. To me, that's the best Jin right there. Alright, so Julia was absorbed in her daily research, waiting for the day when her research on the ecosystem restoration would be complete. When the research was completed, she would save her homeland. One day, Julia learned from Professor T that their project was on hold indefinitely by the Mishima Saibatsu attacking the G Corporation, the High Security Research Center, and stole all their project's data. Julia didn't know a thing about the G Corporation's secret research projects, nor did she care about them. She knew that let me see what it says here. Yet, she knew that she had to retrieve her data from the Mishima Saibatsu in order to save her homeland from becoming a desert in a few years in time. Right, so since the G Corporation and the Mishima Saibatsu were always at war with each other, by them attacking the research facility, they stole her plans. You understand? That's what she was, the only reason why she even joined up with the G Corporation, because she got the grant and she wanted to get that data, and now it's stolen, so now she has to go get it. So that's crazy. Alright, so the ending description in Tekken 4, right? Julia wins the tournament and takes over the Mishima Saibatsu, gaining access to all her stolen data. So as well as all of the G Corporation research and the Mishima Saibatsu's cutting edge technology, increasing her hopes for the reforesting her homeland. As Julia works through the computer's data, she discovers the Dr. Abel project to use geno cells to fuse humans and devil genes. Just as Dr. Abel enters the room and explains his work, horrified that her research will be used in such a purpose, Julia deletes the files, despite the fact that this will end her dreams of the reforestation. This angers Dr. Abel and he opens fire with a handgun, but Julia was able to dodge the gunfire and flee the lab. Julia's return to Arizona, and despite this latest setback, she swears that one day she will reforest the land. So now we go to Tekken 5, right? Oh, hold up. This is down to the wire. Ooh. Got him with the special. You got too greedy, my boy. Good fight, though. But my YouTube channel, son, you lose. Get out of here. Punk ass Jin. Let's see how our next opponent does. That was pretty close. I ain't gonna lie. I was sharing bricks. Alright, so let's go to Tekken 5 now, right? Now let me see what it says here. Tekken 5. Alright, here we go. So Julia Chang, Forest Rejuvenation Research Disappointed she wasn't able to recover her research data during the King of Iron Fist Tournament 4, Julia looked for a new direction in her research, but she needed the lost data. To fulfill her hopes of forest rejuvenation, Julia decided to enter this year's tournament. Now it says here, I mean, I'll give him a rematch. I don't care. I mean, it was a good fight. Why wouldn't I give him a rematch? But win or lose, that's it. Unless I lose, then we go a third round. Alright, so where are we? So it says here, Julia joins the fight with her dreams on the line. So it says here, Tekken 5 Julia's ending, right? It says, after she successfully retrieved the forest rejuvenation data, Julia built a lab in Arizona so she could devote herself to her research. The Arizona desert was not the ideal place for her research. Her research was a failure. Now, the ending description, it says, one day, having fallen asleep on her desk, Julia's dream of walking through a lush green forest. Upon awakening, Julia gets up and walks to her lab, where she noticed that in one of her glass incubation jars, one of the seeds has started to grow. Overcome with the happiness, Julia clutches the jars and drops to her knees, and envisioning herself in the forest from her dreams. Now in Tekken 6, after recovering her stolen data, Julia completes her reforestation research. She was headed back to Arizona to meet up with a party who had agreed to assist her in the realization of her dreams. Now, waiting for her, there was a prominent Arizona landowner, an old woman who claimed to have the ability to hear the voices of spirits. With the help of an old woman, the reforestation plans were on track to be realized. However, when Julia got up to leave, the old woman made an ominous prediction that Jin Kazama and Kazuya Mishima must not be allowed to clash. If they confront each other, a source of great evil will be resurrected and unleashed on the earth. Now Julia was skeptical, like we all were, like, what you mean, you old hag? That the old lady's prediction. However, after hearing the news of the Mishima Saibatsu has sponsored the King of Iron Fist Tournament 6, on the fight home, the danger seemed much more imminent. Julia decided that she would enter the tournament once again. It says here, having completed her reforestation research after recovering the stolen data, Julia... Wait, is it repeating itself? Yep. Hold on, I gotta scroll down here. Here we go, ending description. Alright, it says the scene begins with an eagle soaring up on a rock upon which Julia is climbing. Now it says here, suddenly a piece of the rock Julia is holding. Ooh, hold up. Sorry buddy, I gave you your rematch, we went to a final round again, and you lost. Let's find our next opponent, which I think is probably the last match. So suddenly a piece of rock that Julia is holding on to breaks, causing her to fall. Fortunately, she grabs on hold to a lower piece while falling. With a leap of confidence, she jumps back on the rock as she reaches the top, and she exclaims, "Wow, it's beautiful, absolutely breathtaking," as she looks at the peaceful scenery. Now it says here, Julia has a brief appearance in the scenario campaign where she works as a mole in the G Corporation, feeding vital information to Lee Chaolan. When it's revealed that she is later locked up in a room by the G Corporation members, she is later rescued by Lars and Alice, right, which is true. So finally we get to the Tekken 7.
Here I come.
It says here, when the female wrestler childhood friend was involved in a traffic accident, Julia Chang was asked to stand in for her. Julia Chang steps into the ring as a result of the mysterious masked woman, JC, which I would love to see if we could get her outfit in Tekken 7. I don't know if someone has unlocked that or is even unlockable. But man, I would love to play with her as that outfit. However, it says because she was so strong, she gradually became hated by her opponents. Eventually, she became recognized as the villain and received a storm of boos from the audience. After taking off her mask, Julia changed her hairstyle and wore glasses to prevent her identity from being discovered. She engaged in the activities to spread her reforestation, I can't say that word for the life of me, program around the world. However, since a huge amount of money is required to carry out the program, Julia started raising funds through crowdfunding. Despite her efforts, she barely gained any recognition at all. At the time, news spread around the world saying in Kazuya Mishima is the devil, thinking if I defeat him, I can make the world aware of the reforestation program at once. Julia starts chasing Kazuya. So she's cloud chasing. So after retiring as the Max Fighter, JC and Julia concentrated fully on expanding her. Hold on, now it's just repeating. Oh no, it's not repeating. Hold on, let me see here. Expanding the efforts around the globe, far from fighting scenes, but her project quickly needed money. Finding difficult to rescue backers for Julia was forced to return to the fight far from sooner than later as she had wanted to. Seeking one final fight, she made the mission to bear Kazuya Mishima. So yeah, she just wanted to fight Mishima in order to get the recognition, in order to fund her thing. And that's it. That's all there's Tekken 7. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. See you on the next one.
Thank you, spirits. Don't forget to subscribe!